right? So welcome to, yes, to the live class. Let's start. Okay, already we have got late. Let's quickly start off. Today we will discuss the question answers on lost spring. Okay, let's start. Okay, so the first question that we are going to start with is, write down the question. Let's shift. I think the center is now fine, right? Is the title appearing on the center of the screen? Okay, okay. The first question is, describe the importance describe the importance of garbage the rat pickers of Simapuri in the story Lost Spring. Describe the importance of garbage to the rat pickers of Simapuri in the story Lost Spring. So, should I start dictating the answer? Okay, right. The story Lost Spring. The story Lost Spring. The story Lost Spring by Anis Jung. The story Lost Spring by Anis Jung. Anis Jung. H's ETCHES H's ETCHES H's H's the picture of H's the picture of the society. H's the picture of the society where poverty where poverty takes a toll Toll, toll, where poverty takes a toll on the takes a toll on the innocence of on the innocence of little children innocence of little children little children every single day, full stop, every single day, full stop. It brings to light it brings to light the dark and grim, grim, the dark and grim reality of these children, the dark and grim reality of these children who who have been who have been been carrying carrying the burden of poverty poverty and illiteracy poverty and illiteracy like an like an age old tradition like an age old tradition like an age old tradition and in doing so and in doing so and in doing so comma they surrender they surrender their childhood their childhood at the hands of at the hands of the harsh truth the harsh truth of their lives harsh truth of their lives full stop. The story is actually The story is actually a display of don't write display. Don't write display. Right. Uh, uh, presentation of the story is actually a presentation of presentation of two different two different pictures two different pictures with the same message with the same message with the same message comma blended together blended together full stop blended together full stop. the first part the first part the first part introduces introduces the readers introduces the readers to a small boy to a small boy. So in the first part comma the first part introduces the readers to a small boy named Sahib named Sahib who comma named Sahib who was a rag picker who was a rag picker rag picker of a place of a place called Simapuri full stop called Simapuri full stop. Next, the rag pickers of Simapuri thought thought the garbage thought the garbage then put a dash thought the garbage put a dash then write which was actually which instead of was, write is. Okay, because garbage, uh, this portion should be said in a general view. So garbage, then a dash, then you write which is actually the waste, waste, the waste disposed of, disposed of, disposed of by the people, by the people. So cut off over there. Which is actually disposed by the people. Which is actually the waste disposed by the people. This should be the sentence. By the people, then again put a dash, and then write to be, to be, to be there, 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 life provider, life provider, full stop, life provider, full stop. It was for the garbage, it was for the garbage that they could, that they could earn, earn, that they could earn a day's, day apostrophe s, day apostrophe s, earn a day's, earn a day's, earn a day's living, 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 earn a day's living and for the children, comma, and for the children, comma, it was a heap, it was a heap, heap, it was a heap of magic, it was a heap of magic, full stop. While, while scavenging, 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 while scavenging the garbage, while scavenging the garbage, comma, they used to be surprised, they used to be surprised, they used to be surprised by catching hold, by catching, CATCHING, catching hold, by catching hold, by catching hold of many things of, catching hold of many things of, many things of their, their interest, of their, their interest, interest, full stop, interest, interest, full stop. Every time, comma, every time, comma, they put their hands, they put their, their hands, they put their hands into the heaps of rubbish, into the heaps, HEAPS, heaps of rubbish, 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 rubbish. Then again put a dash. Then again write rubbish for the rest of the world. Rubbish for the rest of the world. Then again put a dash. So heaps of rubbish, dash, rubbish for rest of the world, again a dash, continue. They would be, they would be gifted with surprises, gifted with surprises, full stop, gifted with surprises, full stop. Sometimes, sometimes they would even get, they would even get money, money, they would even get money as much as 10 rupees, as much as 10 rupees, as much as 10 rupees in them, in them, in them, comma, that used to make, that used to make, that used to make their, their, again days, day apostrophe s, days, day apostrophe s, their, their, days, day apostrophe s, days, hard work should be together, HARDWORK, hard work, success, a success, 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 full stop. Thus, comma, thus, comma, what was trash to the society, what was trash to the society, thus, comma, what was trash to the society, was something, was something, no less than gold, no less than gold, less, less than gold, no less than gold, to the rat pickers of Simapuri, to the rat pickers of Simapuri, to the rat pickers of Simapuri, dash, Simapuri dash, both the adults and the children, both the adults and the children, full stop, both the adults and the children, full stop. The last sentence, they survived on, they survived on, they survived the on the on the on the dirty, dirty, comma, stinky, dirty, comma, stinky, trash, trash, dirty, comma, stinky, trash, trash, which, which, were, W-E-R-E, were no less than gold to them, which were no less than gold to them, no less than gold to them, gold to them, gold to them. Again put a dash, garbage, 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 garbage was, garbage was, garbage was priceless, 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 priceless to the people of Simapuri, priceless to the people of Simapuri, full stop. Simapuri, full stop. Okay, all right. Next. Okay, just a minute. Write down. What does the writer mean? 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 Writer mean when she says, when she says Sahib is no longer, Sahib is no longer, Sahib is no longer his own master, his own master, his own master, question mark, his own master, question mark. Write down. Again, you start from here. You write this. The story Lost Spring by Anis Jung. The story Lost Spring by Anis Jung. By Anis Jung. By Anis Jung. By Anis Jung is by Anis Jung is is actually a portrayal of two different pictures, is actually a portrayal, portrayal, a portrayal of two different pictures, two different pictures with the same message, with the same message, with the same message, with the same message concerning, 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 concerning concerning the harshness of poverty, concerning the harshness of poverty, then put a comma, concerning the harshness of poverty, then put a comma, blended together, blended together, full stop, blended together, full stop. Right now, the first part of the story, the first part of the story, the first part of the story introduces the readers, introduces the readers to a small boy named Sahib, to a small boy named Sahib, who who initially was a rag picker, who initially who initially was a rag picker, was a rag picker, who initially was a rag picker and eventually got an employment at a tea stall, full stop. Full stop. The narrator, the narrator had been close, the narrator had been close to Sahib, had been close to Sahib from the very beginning, from the very beginning, and the narrator was close to Sahib from the very beginning and was a witness and was a witness and was a witness to this transformation, to this transformation. Full stop. She had seen, she had seen how Sahib, how Sahib how Sahib, comma, with with his bag, with his bag on his shoulders, with his bag on his shoulders, used to, used to run about, used to run about, used to run about the dingy, D-I-N-G-Y, dingy streets of Simapuri, dingy streets of Simapuri, barefoot, barefoot, B-A-R-E-F-O-O-T, barefoot, comma, but like a prince, but like a prince, but like a prince, full stop. all his friends, comma, who were all rag pickers like Sahib, all his friends, comma, who were all rag pickers like Sahib, used to accompany him, used to accompany him, used to accompany him all the time, and together, and together, they, and together, they, and together, they used to, used to, and together they used to scavenge the garbage heaps, the garbage heaps, garbage heaps that presented them with magic, that presented them with magic, that presented them with magic, full stop. There was no one, there was no one, there was no one to dictate them, there was no one to dictate them, there was no one to dictate them, or, or, keep a watch on them, keep a watch on them, put a dash, put a dash. They were, they were all, they were all, they were all happy, they were all happy and carefree. They were all happy and carefree, happy and carefree in their, Their, in their, Their, in their own, in their own, in their own, tattered, T A, in their own tattered, Tattered, tattered lives, in their own tattered lives, Full stop. However, 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 when Sahib, when Sahib, however, when Sahib, when Sahib got uh, got Radham got an employment, got an employment, got an employment, got an employment at a tea stall, comma, he was, he was, he was definitely, he was definitely not hungry anymore. He was definitely not hungry anymore. Not hungry anymore. Was not hungry anymore. But, but, but had lost, but had lost, but had lost his freedom, but had lost his freedom, but had lost his freedom completely. Full stop. Full stop. Uh, he is now, sorry, he was then, he was then, he was then bound, B-O-U-N-D, bound to his master. He was then bound to his master, bound to his master, and could not, and could not be the prince of his own dreams any longer, and could not be the prince, and could not be the prince of his dreams any longer. Full stop. The canister, the canister that he used to carry, the canister that he used to carry, that he used to carry, seemed to be, seemed to be, seemed to be heavier, seemed to be heavier than the plastic bag, than the plastic bag that he used to carry that he used to carry while while he was a rag picker. While he was a rag picker. Rag picker. Because, don't put a full stop, right? Because because the steel canister did not. The steel canister, cut the words did not. The steel canister marked 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 his marked his marked his marked his servitude, 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 to his master, to his master, to his master, to his master, taking away, taking away, taking away the bond of, taking away, meaning, which meaning are you asking dear? Servitude. First correct your spelling. SER, servitude is SERVITUD. Servitude comes from the word service. Okay. Now is the meaning clear? His servitude, that is his phase of being in service. Yes. All right. Which was the last word that I said? Okay. Bond of oneness. Bond of oneness. Taking away the bond of oneness. 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 And don't write oneness, write the bond of bond of closeness. Write down bond of closeness. Taking away the bond of closeness that he shared with his bag. That he shared with his bag. Put a dash. Put a dash. The bag. The bag. The bag. The bag gave him a sense of ownership. The bag gave him a sense of ownership. Gave him a sense of ownership. Ownership over his job. Over his job. Over his job. Which was lost. Which was lost. Which was lost when he started working. When he started working. Ownership over his job. Over his job. Ownership over his job, which was lost. Which was lost when he started working in a tea stall. When he started working in a tea stall. Thus, in a tea stall, full stop. Then you write thus, comma, thus, comma, he was no longer he was no longer his own master. His own master. He was no longer his own master. Full stop. No longer his own master. All right. Uh, Next. Okay. Next, right. Who Who is Mukesh? Who is Mukesh? Who is Mukesh? Question mark. What is his dream? Continuation of the same question. What is his dream? Who is Mukesh? Question mark. What is his dream? Question mark. Write down. Should I dictate the answer? Okay. Write down. Again, you start like this. The story Lost Spring by Anis Jung. The story Lost Spring by Anis Jung. The story Lost Spring by Anis Jung. Comma. Etches the picture. Etches the picture. Etches the picture that etches the picture. Don't write that. Etches the picture of the ferocity of the ferocity. Ferocity. Ferocity of the ferocity of the ferocity of poverty of poverty. That snatches away that snatches away the snap that snatches away the smiles the smiles the smiles from millions of faces across India across India across India and 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 uh, leads 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 and leads the children and leads the children surrender leads the children to surrender. I missed the word to. Leads the children to surrender their innocence, surrender their innocence, surrender their innocence during a time, during a time, during a time when they are, during a time when they are expected, when they are expected, when they are expected to shine like stars, to shine like stars. Full stop. The story shows, the story shows, the story shows how poverty and illiteracy, the story shows how poverty and illiteracy continues as a tradition, continues as a tradition, continues as a tradition among a huge multitude of families, among a huge multitude of Indian families, a huge multitude of Indian families who who don't even who don't even who don't even possess, 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 who don't even possess the abilities to dream, who don't even possess the abilities to dream, abilities to dream, and hence, and hence, and hence, the buds, 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 and hence the buds, 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 buds of their, buds, buds of their hope, comma, hope, comma, aspiration, 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 and imagination, and imagination, wither, T-H-E-R. Wither away. W-I-T-H-E-R. Withered away. Wither away. W-I-T-H-E-R. Wither away before they bloom. Before they bloom. Full stop. Before they bloom. Full stop. Such is the story of Mukesh. Such is the story of Mukesh, who who is a child laborer, who is a child laborer, who is a child laborer, comma, working in a glass factory, working in a glass factory in Firozabad, in Firozabad, in Firozabad, full stop. In Firozabad, full stop. However, comma, he is a boy, he is a boy from whom, from whom, from whom poverty could not, poverty, sorry, he is a boy from whom poverty has not been able to, he is a boy from whom poverty has not been able to snatch away, snatch away his dream, his dream of driving a car, of driving a car, of driving a car someday, of driving a car someday, full stop. Belonging to a family of bangle makers, belonging to a family of bangle makers, a family of bangle makers who consider, who consider, who consider their situation, who consider their situation of life, their situation of life To be, to be, to be. Their fate. To be their, Their, their fate, Fate, fate. And that, and that they are destined, destined to be bangle makers, and that they are destined to be bangle makers, comma, Mukesh, Mukesh shows no fascination, Mukesh shows no fascination towards the traditional profession, towards the traditional profession, full stop, towards the traditional profession, full stop. Uh, he is a boy, he is a boy, he is a boy who, who, who dares, 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 dares to challenge, dares to challenge his fate, dares to challenge his fate, and go against, and go against, and go against his destined profession, and go against his acha. Put the word destined within double inverted commas, okay? Destined profession, destined profession, destined profession, and, and, and pursue, and pursue, and pursue his dream instead, and pursue his dream instead, and pursue his dream instead, full stop. He wishes to, he wishes to be a motor mechanic, he wishes to be a motor mechanic, he wishes to be a motor mechanic, motor mechanic, He wishes to be a motor mechanic and desires to receive a proper training to receive a proper training that would that would enable him that would enable him to achieve his dream of driving a car someday. To achieve his dream of driving a car someday. Full stop. Driving a car someday. Full stop. Now, I'll give you some multiple choice questions. Okay, some multiple choice questions. Very easy, extremely easy MCQs, which I will expect you to solve without looking into your books. Okay, this is just for it's just like an warming up session to your brain. Okay, this is just an exercise of your brain so that you remain attached to the chapter. Okay, very very easy short questions. All right. The first one is, at home you will practice these. It will take hardly 10 minutes. It's just like a brainstorming activity. Okay? Nothing else. But please don't look into your books, and you will not need also. The first is, why do you do this? Question mark. Why do you do this? Question mark. The remark was made by the narrator to Sahib by Sahib to narrator by the narrator. This is the third option. By the narrator to Mukesh. Last is by Mukesh to narrator. Can you see? Are the options visible? Just a minute. Option A is by the narrator to Sahib. Option B is by Sahib to narrator. By the narrator to Mukesh. And last is by Mukesh to narrator. No, I don't want your answers right now. Okay. Or all right, so let's do it. Fine, fine. Let's solve these in the class itself. Let's solve these in the class itself. Yes, it's option A, by the narrator to Sahib. By the narrator to Sahib. Fine. Next. Next is, let's solve in the class itself. Okay. Next is Sahib Sahib hailed from option A is Delhi, option B is Firozabad, option C is Pakistan, and option D is none of the above. None of the above. Sahib hailed from Delhi, Firozabad, Pakistan, or none of the above? Which will be the correct option? Yes, hailed. 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 Hailed from Delhi, Firozabad, Pakistan, none of the above. Which will be the correct option? Very good. None of the above. Let's yes, it's Bangladesh. That's Dhaka. Okay. To be more specific, you will say he hailed from Dhaka in Bangladesh. Okay. Dhaka, Bangladesh. All right. The next question is why did Sahib and his family move to Delhi? Why did Sahib and his family move to Delhi? Listen to the question very carefully. I'll write only the options. Okay. Why did Sahib move? Why did Sahib and his family move to Delhi? The first option is because their village got flooded. B, because storms swept away their homes. C, because they had to look for food, and D is both B and C. Both B and C. Because their village got flooded, because the storms swept away their homes, because they had to look for food. Both B and C. Option D, very good. Both B and C. Yes. Next. Sahib's full name was. What was Sahib's full name? Sahib's full name was. Sahib's full name was option A. Option A. Listen to the options very carefully because I'll just stop. This is the last question. Sahib's full name was Mughal-e-Azam, Shahenshah-e Alam, Sahib-e-Alam, and Shah Jahan. Mughal-e-Azam, Shahenshah-e Alam, Sahib-e-Alam, and yes, very good, Sahib-e-Alam. Okay, so I'll stop here for the day and we'll move on with the rest of the questions in the next class. All right. So thank you. Do you have any question? Do you have any question on the chapter? Okay. So good night and bye. See you in the next class then. Yes, bye.